Hello, Obophiles! Today we're talking about Ferling Etude number 5, which is the slow etude in G major. There are a couple different issues with the etude, including trills, rhythms, and some articulation issues that I will get into in just a moment. But if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe below and hit that like button, for the YouTube algorithm. Oh, and I almost forgot, if you commented on a video in the last few weeks, you could win a free lesson. I'm gonna have a spinning wheel of random numbers to generate 3 winners, and I will show that at the end of the video. So you can skip ahead or just wait till the end of the tutorial to see if you won a free lesson. The etude is organized in 4 different phrases. The first one is pretty obvious, the second one is kind of dovetailing into the third one, and the fourth one is very obvious as well, as far as where it is. And when you're practicing, I would recommend separating it out into those different phrases depending on the day. Maybe one day you just spend time on one phrase, or maybe one day you just spend time on the transition between the phrases. A lot of states like to use these etudes for their region band and all-state band auditions, and if it comes up, you're going to want to stand out by nailing all of the rhythms. The smallest note that Ferling uses in this etude are 64th notes. Now, that might seem very overwhelming, but remember, your technique is going to be better if you stay relaxed. Remember to open your chakras as you play the oboe. In order to stay relaxed as you play these seemingly fast notes, you want to stay organized with the metronome. Remember, if you have a click that is clicking an 8th note time value, then 8th notes will sound like this. Do, do, do. 16th notes will sound twice as fast. Do, 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 do. 32nd notes will sound twice as fast as that. Do, 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 do. And of course, 64th notes. Giving your rhythms inflections will help you, 1, stay musical, and 2, stay accurate and know where the next downbeat is headed. So, let's take a look at measure 25, which has the 64th notes. Now, when I'm reading a complicated rhythm like this, I want to draw hash marks up and down on the page itself, so that I know exactly where each 8th note is. So I'll draw big lines for quarter notes, and I might draw a dot or a small line for 8th notes, and that'll look like this. Notice the time signature is 2-4, which means we will have 2 big downstrick lines for the quarter notes, and 2 for the 8th notes alone, but 4 total little beats, right? So 4 total little beats, 2 big beats. So when we're snapping, I'm snapping the 8th note or the little beat, or alternatively, I could snap just the quarter notes, but that's really hard to subdivide, especially if you're working on just rhythms. So I'll snap the 8th note, and remember, we want to have in our head what the 64th note is going to sound like. So notice that it comes after the second 8th note. So do, 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 do. Again, measure 25 sounds like this. Do, 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 do. So if you're playing it, leave out the trills at first. And then add the trill back in. And there you have, that's probably the hardest measure rhythmically, so there you go. The next issue with this etude are the trills. Alright, so there's a lot of them, and before you start putting them into context, make sure that you understand what the best fingerings are for all of them. Mostly, they're pretty straightforward. E to F sharp, you just move one finger. D to E, you just move one finger. And the Notchschlag, which is just the 2 little notes that go after the trill into the next downbeat, is important to figure out too, before you put them into context. We have an interesting trill, which is the A sharp trill to B natural. And that one is fingered like this. 1, 2, 1, plus the A flat key. And this is in the second octave, so I'll put the second octave key down. and then I trill using the middle finger, or the finger that covers the A key. Now, there's a notch lag after this one that starts on a G sharp, so I'm going to need to make sure that I'm playing the A sharp and then go down to the G sharp. Okay, and I think we tongued the downbeat, sorry. So make sure you realize where articulations are. Are there any other hard trills in this one? Not really, I think that's the hardest one. Something about trills, and I have a couple other videos that you can check out, I'll link to them in the description, on how to work on trills, but we want to make sure that we're playing the trills in a relaxed way so you can exit them on time and without tensing up. The last issue that I'm going to talk about is articulation. There are some hard articulations in this etude. The first one comes up even in the first line where you have to tongue a low B. If you're having trouble with low notes, I have a whole separate video talking about that, which you can link to in the description. But in this particular context, you just want to make sure that you're really not squeezing the reed as you play, especially when you go down there. And you're just using like the rose petal tongue on that B. Having a reed that is not super dry will help too. In between the phrases, there are some mood shifts, and if you want to stand out in your state's region or all-state band auditions, you should really bring those up. For example, the first phrase, I like to play really gently, whereas the second phrase, I like to bring in a little bit of clouds and storms and lightning. So you can do this by showing the difference in your articulation, especially when there's accents. Accents don't always mean smack, the something out of the notes, but it can mean to just give it a little bit more vibrato and length. Oh, one note on the trills that I forgot about is to start them slow and then speed them up over time to give it more of a dramatic effect. And that'll kind of help you stand out as well. Alright, well I think that is plenty to work on with etude number 5. It is a long one. So good luck out there, and when in doubt, as always, play beautifully. So I have a list of everybody who commented on a video in the last month to win a free lesson. And let's go to the random number generator here. So there's 35 comments, and we're going to spin. Woo! Awesome. Number 6. So the first winner is number 6, which is Sheryl Rohr. Let me just make a note there. Awesome. So let's do another one. The second winner is going to be... Can't wait to find out who it is. Getting a free lesson. Number 25. And number 25 is Daniel Y. So, wonder what Daniel Y is going to want to work on or talk about. And our last winner for a free lesson, free Zoom lesson, is number 29. Woo! Number 29 is Doug Emerson, who I'm pretty sure I just mailed some reads to, so it'd be interesting to talk and see what's going on with Doug Emerson. Okay, cool. So thanks a lot for subscribing and commenting. I'll probably do more little drawings and contests like this in the future. So you can check out oboefiles.com for more read stuff or other contests and things. And I'll see you on the next one.